Why do our most ambitious projects often die before they even begin? There is a sweet but deadly poison known as early praise that hollows us out. This poison tastes like honey, tricking the mind into believing the work is finished when the real journey has not even started yet, destroying your inner drive. Meet Simon, a talented apprentice with a vision. He possesses the skills of a master on paper, dreaming of a blade that would change his entire world. He spends hours refining every curve and detail of his design, convinced that his brilliance is already proven by the sheer beauty of his complex sketches. In the deepest shadows of the same forge, old Elias works in total silence. His hands are calloused and scarred from decades of relentless, uncelebrated labor. Elias does not speak of his work. He does not show his steel to anyone. He simply exists within the heat and the smoke of his craft. Every evening, Simon brings his sketches to the local tavern. He basks in the attention, showing off the intricate details to anyone who will listen. The villagers shower him with compliments. They call him a genius, a future master, and their applause fills Simon with a dangerous sense of accomplishment. With every well done and incredible he hears, Simon feels a surge of pride. In his mind, the sword is already the greatest in the kingdom. But when he returns to the forge, the fire is out. Instead of picking up the hammer, Simon lies down to rest, feeling he has done enough. The dopamine from the tavern's praise acts like a drug. His brain tells him the goal is reached, even though the iron remains raw and cold. He is spending the energy meant for the furnace on the cheap thrill of recognition. He is a master of ideas, but a slave to comfort. Weeks pass. The stack of drawings grows higher and more impressive, yet the actual forge remains silent. The tools of his trade begin to rust away. Potential without action is merely a ghost. Simon is surrounded by the ghosts of swords that will never be born because he chose words over work. He avoids the hard labor of the forge because it is difficult, whereas talking about his talent is easy and provides immediate, hollow satisfaction to him. While Simon basks in the limelight, years slip silently through the hourglass. The seasons change, but the rhythm in the dark corner of the forge remains. Elias does not watch the seasons pass. He only watches the heat of the metal. He understands that time is either an enemy or a powerful ally. 10 long years of solitude, 10 years of refusing to show his work. Elias knows that a masterpiece is grown in the dark, away from eyes. Elias hammers with a singular focus. Each strike is a conversation between his soul and the iron. He is not seeking approval. He is seeking perfection. Keng, keng, keng. The sound is the heartbeat of his will. He does not stop when he is tired. He only stops when the steel is right. He endures the blistering heat and the suffocating smoke without complaint. To him, the struggle is the only path to a truly sharp and unbreakable edge. In the silence, the sword begins to take on a life of its own. It does not look like much yet, but its structure is becoming divine. While Simon's drawings are flashy and ornate, Elias's sword is humble and plain. Its power is hidden deep within the layers of forged carbon and steel. He understands a vital truth. A masterpiece does not need an advertisement. It only needs endurance. Silence is the best furnace for a man's will. The blade is finally ready. It has seen no praise, heard no cheers, and felt no warmth other than the fire that gave it its strength. He conceals his work once more. The true test is coming, and Elias knows that reality will be the only judge that matters in the end. The king announces a challenge. The man who brings the sharpest, strongest sword in the realm will be named the royal blacksmith for all time. Panicked, Simon rushes to finish. He spends a few days frantically hammering, trying to make the metal look like his beautiful, complex drawings from the tavern. His sword is beautiful to look at, polished to a mirror finish and adorned with gold. But inside, the molecular structure is brittle and full of air. Simon steps forward with confidence. He believes the crowd's previous praise will somehow translate into the strength of the blade he now holds in his hand. The impact is deafening, with a sickening crack. Simon's beautiful sword shatters into 1,000 pieces. The crowd gasps in shock as his vanity falls. The truth is revealed in an instant. His steel was hollow because it was nourished by ego. It looked like a weapon, but was only a toy. Then, old Elias emerges. The villagers whisper, wondering who this old silent man is. He does not look like a master, but he carries weight. He unwraps his creation. It does not shine. It does not glitter with gold. It is a dark, heavy thing that feels older than time itself. There is no hesitation in his movement. He has performed this strike in his mind 1,000,000 times during those 10 years in the Dark Forge. One single fluid motion. The sword cuts through the air with a low whistle. It meets the stone not with a crash, but with a whisper. The rock splits like a ripened fruit. The crowd is frozen in absolute silence. Elias's steel is hard because it was ran to solitude and persistence. Science explains this failure. When you share a goal early, your brain releases dopamine, the reward chemical, making you feel as if you've already succeeded. Simon's brain was satisfied by the tavern's cheers. He felt the win before he did the work. Elias kept his dopamine for the final, real result. This is the trap of social reality. When others acknowledge your identity as a master before you've earned it, your motivation to actually work vanishes. Think of your goals like a seed. If you keep digging it up to show everyone how it's growing, it will never take root and die. The external light of public opinion dries out the internal moisture of your dedication. Some things are meant to grow only in the dark, quiet earth. This is the intention behavior gap. The more you talk about where you're going, the less likely you are to actually take the first step. Psychologists have proven that keeping your goals secret increases your chances of achieving them. Silence preserves the tension that drives you toward the finish line. Elias lived in this state of deep focus. He didn't leak his energy through his mouth. He funneled it all through his hammer and his eyes. Don't let the noise of the world dictate your value. Your worth is forged in the hours no one sees and the efforts no one applauds. The reflection of your success should be seen in your results, not in the mirror of other people's temporary and fickle opinions or empty words. Back in the forge, Simon makes a choice. He watches his beautiful drawings curl and burn in the flames, letting go of his false identity at last. He is no longer the genius of the tavern. He is now a student of the iron. He accepts that he knows nothing and has everything to learn. He strikes the first blow. It is not perfect, but it is real. The sound of his hammer joins the legacy of those who work in silence. Success does not need a megaphone. It does not need a stage during the process. It only needs the final product to prove its worth. Keep your fire in the darkness until it is strong enough to light up the entire world. Don't speak about your plans. Just act on them. Your work is your legacy. Let your results be the only voice that speaks for you. Now go back to the forge and start hammering.